I go by Mecro. Glossblack is my business, and we're in my studio in South Jersey. Yeah, this year's definitely been slow for sure, mural-wise. I'm just fortunate that I moved into this space right as everything happened. It wasn't, anticipated. Getting this space, I was worried that I was going to be renting it and then not working in it because I'm so used to working on the road or for mural work, and everything slowed down. So I've just kind of dove into canvas and commission artwork. So yeah, this isn't for any specific show, and I know I'm like all over the map vibe-wise. So like some of it's like, it's not like I have a certain direction I ever pound out, but I almost have like what I would call 3 different shows in the works. Some of which, some of the pieces I selected specifically to show with you guys. Well, I have a show at Arch Enemy this December. It's kind of like a smaller show, solo show, and those pieces are kind of like the ones that come off the canvas with a swirl or like a paint swipe. So that's kind of the driving theme for that show, and all those pieces will be going there. So they're hand-cut wood, and then that wood, that white paint swipe interacts with whatever's on the canvas face. So that's that show for December, and then I have like a very icy drink theme, summertime vibes, signage stuff. And I think the pieces going to this virtual gallery are all more of that flat 1950s, icy Americana, red, white, off blue color palette. The one painting that's also going to the virtual gallery, which is that one in the corner, it's like a sphere made entirely of random lettering or rock lettering. It's just something I've kind of leaned into, and just I enjoy painting them, so I'm just going to keep painting them. The letter balls are what people are calling them, but it's a series called Absent. I started one painting and named it Absent, and it was just one letter ball, so I've kind of continued to paint the letter ball look. And that series I'm going to develop into an actual physical sculpture. We've been working on it all year, but I just haven't. We need to get it here now, and then I'm going to work on it hands-on here. No, most of these I want them to be hand-drawn, so maybe sometimes I'll figure out the color palette digitally, but just to like play with things before actually painting and like figure out my palette. But I try not to, mural work I'll draw digitally and then usually use that as the reference for the mural. But canvas work, I'm mostly just freehanding everything. I kind of like that, to know that. Yeah, I think now I'm kind of trying to change things a bit, because starting out with Glossblack as a business, I'm heavy client-based work, kind of going with whatever that client wants. And I can paint mostly anything I say to people, but I'm trying to bring it more as only my art for clients if I'm able. So that's always a tough interaction, because they usually want it a certain way, or they want something that I don't agree with. So it's always I'm getting tired of that conversation, and I'm trying to just push it into like, this is what I do, that's all you're getting type thing. It started as like a mural business, not officially a business, in 2008. And I think I went LLC in 2015. But that was right around when I went full-time too, and I quit my day job. So I was like cleaning fish tanks. I was working at like an aquaculture, like a koi farm, doing a lot of stuff related to raising fish and growing fish. I was actually painting for like 3 weeks straight with I was just super busy at the time, and I painted, and I was like, all right, this is my week off, and I was traveling, and I came home, was like ready to settle in, and I got the call to be like, hey, you kind of should do this. And I was like, all right, I'll see you, babe, like later. And then we like went to New York, and I was there for like 3 days, and it was all like kind of off the cuff of like painting it and designing it like that day that I got up there. But it was cool. Yeah, it was fun. They were already all made and ready for the other person, and then I came in and was like, I think this will look good. This will kind of match what I do. And then it was like all very like working into the night and painting the floor. Everything was just hand painted. So they already had all like the things built. Well, I think my buddy that writes Youth and Swine, they were both like painting freights in Central Jersey, North Jersey area. And then that's kind of, there was already other crews that painted that area. So, yeah, so that's kind of what we just focused on, just because we saw other writers we admired that were doing that. And then it just was appealing to us. That and like highways and the train line spots was like the early on. Cool Dudes Crushing or Create, Destroy, Conquer. It's interchangeable, you know. CDC is like my crew, or our crew, and that's the only crew I really rep right now, so. It was like somebody suggested the name and we were like, oh, it sounds corny, and then it just became like a joke, and then we kind of just like leaned into it. So. I did linger around. We got some drinks and some tacos and hung out, and then we painted some spot with MSG crew, and then I flew out the next day. So I wasn't there very long, maybe 3 days, and it took me 2 days to work on that truck. So yeah, I mean, I feel still like new to the whole Wynwood Mural community. I feel like maybe a lot of people don't even know about me because it's I'm known in Philly pretty well, but still like nationwide when it comes to mural work, I don't think I'm on that level as a lot of those people. So yeah, I'm hoping to be there more, hoping to go back, you know, or get a big wall down there. I haven't really painted something that stayed there, so that truck rolled away. I was with State 2 while I was down there in Maple, TCI, and I think they had a mutual connection, and there's a big wall out there on a track side, and we just got the invite, or they already knew somebody, and I just tagged along. So. I'm not very good at socializing with people, but we were like, hey, what's up, how's it going? And we were on like the front roof all day, but I didn't paint that roof, I painted like on the ground. But yeah, and then the next morning I flew out, or that night maybe, so. I prefer to be in the studio. I feel awkward with crowds and things like that, and I don't know. I like to see it, don't get me wrong, but it's also like, this is where I'd prefer to be, and kind of a hermit when it comes to doing art. I mean, it's all I think about, so it's like, everything else is like fun and fancy, but this is like, this and family is like, I'm happy.